Hello, welcome to another edition of A Week with Author Ejamie. Um, so today we are planning to go out, but eh, we're having another crappy heat day. Like it's gonna be like 26, but it's really gonna be 34, which is just bleh. But tomorrow it's gonna be like 15, which is gonna be wonderful. So I'm kind of hoping that it's on like today that the heat is gonna like peak and then like only last for a little while and then start to cool off because I want to go out on my walk, but um, depending on how hot it is, I want to go to the park and sit and finish what I've been reading this week, which is Lisa Kleypas's Because You're Mine. And I've been absolutely loving it, and I'm like, I have this much left. This much. So I'm really hoping that if it's not too hot, I can just sort of sit and finish it in a park somewhere. I really, really hope that's the case. They keep saying like 60% chance of rain or whatever, but right now it's sunny, and I don't know, maybe I was a vampire in a previous life or something, because if it's sunny and like breezy, that's fine. But if it's already like 26 and it's going to be like 34 with the humidity, the sun bearing down on you is just going to make it feel worse. That's what I hate about the summer. And tomorrow is supposedly the first day of fall, and it's going to come in like the first day of fall. It's going to be like 15 degrees. So, this week has been much, much better. Like I was starting to feel better like last week, but the week before that was when I had that sort of like kind of bad day at work, and that sort of feeling kind of like stuck with me for like the next week or so. Like it was better last week, much better, but today I'm finally like I don't feel that sort of like sad kind of hum in the back of my brain. Like I feel like really nice and good and like very like sort of excited and like happy to like take on these next couple of days off work and just sort of do non-work stuff. I'm almost halfway through editing book 4, Blood Vows book 4, Will's story, The Choice. I'm almost halfway through, so I'm hoping to get a good chunk of that done today as well. This week I'm also going to be doing a movie reaction for, today I'm planning to do a movie reaction for Last of the Mohicans, which, can I just tell you, the soundtrack to this movie has been the background of many a book that I've written. I love listening to instrumental music when I'm writing. Yeah, that's. It used to be sort of like any kind of music, but now I think as I'm getting older, um, that it's more easier for me to like sort of like focus again in the zone with like instrumental music. So I'm going to be doing the reaction to that today, and I'm debating whether I'm going to do my YouTube editing for Supernatural Season 12, Episode 10. If I'm going to do that today, or if I'm just going to focus on the movie reaction and then more editing for Blood Vows Book 4, because I don't want to sort of like overwhelm myself, because I still have like another 2 days off. So there's that. Yeah, so I want to see if I can finish this today. Absolutely loving it. Absolutely loving it. It's Madeline. She's being forced to marry this old geezer named Lord Clifton, and to not to avoid that, she decides that she's going to ruin herself by having an affair with an actor named Logan Scott. and it's very much a grumpy sunshine. Logan is the grumpiest grumpy to ever grumpy, and Maddie comes in and she wants a job with the theater that he's in, and sort of like that's like her way to get in, and then he starts to have happy pants for her, and he starts to have more than happy pants for her, which makes him even more grumpy. It's just I'm loving it. I'm loving it so much, and I'm so looking forward to finishing it. So that is that. I'm going to okay. I'm going to do my movie reaction for Last of the Mohicans, and I'm also going to do the first the first clip for Go Tell the Bees chapters 9 to 14. So that's where we're at so far. So I want to film that today because it's going to be a short little thing. Because I like doing, like when I put it up for you guys, it's like it's going to be like the 10 chapters. But I like sort of like splitting it up for myself so I don't get overwhelmed and do like each clip is going to be like 5 chapters at a time. So I'm going to do that today. Reading. I'm also still reading. I think I mentioned that I was going to start it, or had I already started it? I think I'd already started it because, yeah. Ruth by Elizabeth Gaskell. Y'all, I am loving this book so much, more than I thought I would, considering it's a classic, and I'm just sort of making my, like, baby steps into classic literature. I'm loving this book so much. It is Ruth, and she's a young girl, and she's forced to work in this, like, for this horrible woman in this, like, seamstress kind of sweatshop place, and she goes to a party, as part of, like, her job. She gets chosen to go to this party, to, I'm not sure if it's, like, to show off what they've done, or to, like, help the ladies there or something, but she ends up meeting this guy named Harry Bellingham, who seems like the nicest guy. I mean, right from, like I liked him, so I could very easily see how Ruth, poor little 15, 16-year-old girl that she is, could get taken in by him. He seemed nice enough, and she immediately, like, falls in love with him, and he, has the happy pants for her. Not necessarily the love, but he's got the happy pants, so he decides he has to have her, and he convinces her to run away with him, basically. And because the owner of the seamstress, like the lady that she works for, catches them in a compromising position. Not really. She just sees Harry, like, holding her hand, and fires her. So she fires poor Ruth, and she has nowhere to go. So Harry's like, "Hey, come with me. We'll hang out. Well, And they, yeah. And so that's sort of the basic premise. And then, like, he's gonna, like, seduce her, and she's gonna get pregnant, and I think we're at the part where she's pregnant, and he gets sick, and his mother comes and treats Ruth horribly, and he comes off, like, very spoiled, very kind of, like, very spoiled, very weak. He does not stand up to his mother, and it's kind of like maybe you can cut him some slack because he was sick and he didn't have the energy to, like, confront his mother when she was like, "Oh, this hoe is, like, in your, sharing a room with you, and how could you allow that? And, like, I'm gonna get rid of her for you because you are too good. You are my son. You will not be brought down by some hoe." And he is like, I'm trying to cut him some slack that he's, like, sick when this is all happening, so he doesn't have the energy to, like, confront her. But yeah. So, and Ruth is starting to feel a little sick, and we're kind of thinking that she's with child, even though we didn't get the sexy times, but fine, it's classic. I That's, I suppose, it's not a romance. No, I don't think it's a romance novel. I don't know how it ends, but I'm hoping that, like, Harry comes to his senses and, like, becomes a better man and, like, realizes that Ruth is the one for him and they all live happily ever after. But this is classic literature, and in the words of one Ramsay Bolton, if you think this has a happy ending, you haven't been paying attention. So we'll sort of see how that goes. There's this character, Mr. Benson, who I think is a dwarf. I think he has dwarfism, and I love him so much. He is so kind to Ruth and, like, takes care of her when Harry abandons her, and I really hope that she doesn't lose him. And Mr. Benson's sister, Faith, who seems like nice enough. Yeah, so I kind of hope that they stick around, but I'm scared for Ruth. I'm scared for her, but really enjoying it so far. And last week I also watched this movie, Harriet. Wonderful, wonderful movie. Absolutely loved it. Um, Janelle Monáe has a cameo in here, which I loved her character. Mary, I think her character was. And if you don't know, it's the story of Harriet Tubman and her work with the Underground Railroad, and how she, like, basically, like, single-handedly got out, like, hundreds, hundreds of slaves and helped them escape up north, to, like, just out of slavery. Janelle Monáe has a wonderful cameo here as Mary, and I loved her character so much. My one gripe, you, this dude right here, who played the villain, Gideon, he was too pretty. He was, oh my god, I kept wanting him to, like, redeem himself and become, like, a good man, so I wouldn't feel bad about thirsting over him, because, oh my god, he was pretty. Wow. And then, like, I had to, like, look him up and see, like, who is this boy? And his name is Joe Alwyn, Alwyn, I'm sorry. But, yeah. And then I Googled that name and found out that this beautiful boy is Taylor Swift's boyfriend. Okay. I'm, like, picturing them as a couple, and my eyes hurt, because wow, that'd be pretty. I need to, like, Google more, or do I want to fall down that rabbit hole? Do I really? Of, like, Taylor Swift and her boyfriend, this fantastic actor. And I'm glad that I didn't know that he was Taylor Swift's boyfriend when I was watching the movie, so I can just focus on his performance and also how pretty he was. I'm glad that I didn't know, so I can, like, just focus on his character and his performance. Obviously, the girl who played Harriet, Cynthia Erivo, oh my god, she was amazing. The guy who played her first husband, John, oh wow, he was nice. He was nice too. And I was sad that they didn't, like, end up together, because he thought she was dead, and that was a whole thing. And so, like, he remarried. Yeah, fantastic movie. Cannot recommend enough. So, going to head out. I'm praying for some kind of, like, nice breeze or something, so that I can sit somewhere and finish my book. Finish my book. Yeah, so that's sort of the plan for right now. Gonna go on my walk, gonna come back, do my reaction for Last of the Mohicans, and then I might do the little clip first of bees, of how far I've come on bees now. So, yeah. And of course, I'm going to like pass by a thrift store and buy some books because. Oh, and I have to go also to the library to drop off some stuff, including this movie and other things. Um, yeah, I'm definitely getting this movie to keep to keep. I'm definitely buying this movie. Um, yeah, so that's the plan, and I will catch up with you guys later. So, just got back from my walk, and I'm so glad that I went because it was muggy, like a little bit, but thank you, Lord, there was a nice breeze. And now, I don't know if you can tell by the lighting, but the sun has gone bye-bye, and I think the storm is a-coming. The storm is a-coming, because it's pretty dark out there right now, but it feels wonderful. There's a nice breeze. Um, the humidity is starting to go away from whence it came to hopefully never return until next August or what have you. Um, but yeah, so glad. Um, and because it was like nice and breezy, I was able to go to. Why did I put it away? I needed to show it to you guys. Give me 1 second. because the weather was so nice and there was such a nice breeze, I was able to go to a park that was close by the Duffer Mall, which I haven't been to that park before, so that was nice. Walked around there a little bit and got to sit and finish Because You're Mine by Lisa Kleypas. Loved it so much. Absolutely loved it. I will say, Lisa Lisa writes her some alpha holes. She really, really does. And this one in particular was just a grumpy, grumpy alpha hole. Not without reason. You know, he had his walls up for reasons. And I will say, he did a good grovel, not a great grovel. I wanted I wanted more from him. I wanted a little bit more from him. But still loved it. Would highly, highly recommend. I still have to pick what my next read is going to be for. This is like the one that I take to work, and I read on my breaks, and I read like when I'm out and stuff. So I still have to pick what the next one's going to be. I might have that to show you guys tomorrow. I just wanted to give you a little update on the plant situation. Baby Vinka is still doing great. She's thriving. Show you there. Yeah, she's great. She's still growing. She's still flowering, and the sweet, like, she doesn't give off like this smell that like fills the room or anything like that. But when you like go to smell her, she just smells like wonderful. Almost with like there's a bit of like a little vanilla kind of undertone to her, which is nice. I wish it was like more so it could like fill the room, fill my apartment. That would have been nice, but she's thriving. She's thriving. She's doing good. Chrissy, on the other hand, not doing so great. She's not doing so great. She's yeah, even though like she's a high maintenance little bitch. But even so, she's just not having it. I don't think that's fair, because I think like maybe she's just not a house, or maybe just I don't get enough light in here, like enough like direct sunlight for her. But yeah, she's not doing great. I think she might not be with us for much longer. So I will have to start looking for a replacement for her, because Baby Vinka's doing great, but I want her to have a friend, and I want her to have a friend that'll stick around, and I don't think Chrissy is that friend. So we might be losing Chrissy. So went to the thrift store because, of course, you know who you're subscribed to, and picked up some books. Very interesting picks this week. We have the classic Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen, and it's the Bantam Classics edition. 1813, that's when it was published. And, yeah, so very looking forward to that as we head into the classics rabbit hole. Also, I found, so excited by, I found it. I found Toni Morrison's Beloved, and I cannot wait to read this, because I know the plot, and yeah, so looking forward to reading this one too. I found My Dear, I Wanted to Tell You by Louisa Young, and it's, I believe, set during World War I. And I found this nonfiction by Molly Haskell, From Reverence to Rape, The Treatment of Women in the Movies. Very looking forward to reading this one, because it was published during 1970, 73, 73, 74, 73. First published in 74, but I don't know what the 73 is here for. But either way, during the 70s, when that was a whole thing, that was a whole genre. Um, so looking forward to reading that. Yeah, I've been finding a lot of interesting nonfiction in thrift stores. So yeah, definitely looking forward to that. On my way back, went to my little cafe to see if they had the cheese danishes, and they did. This time they had 3 of them. So I grabbed all 3 of these beauties because they usually like, I'm lucky if I can pick up 1. I call that a win. So they had the 3. I grabbed 3. So yeah. So now I think I'm gonna do my Go Tell the Bees update for that vlog, that reading vlog, and then I'm gonna do my reaction for Last of the Mohicans. I think I'm gonna do the bees clip now, have lunch, and then do the Last of the Mohicans reaction. And then I think I'm just gonna spend the rest of the night sort of like working on Blood Vows, editing Blood Vows book 4, Will's book, The Choice. Yeah, and I'm thinking I'm gonna save like any sort of like video editing stuff maybe for tomorrow. Yeah, I think that'll be the plan because today we did some stuff. We're doing some stuff today, so yep. Talk to you guys later. Oh, I debated whether this vlog was even gonna happen today because I'm having what I call an anemia flare-up. If you are new here, I suffer from anemia. I've had it pretty much all my life, and I was diagnosed in my 20s. Now, for most people, you will have a bout of anemia maybe like once or twice in your life if you um, aren't eating enough. You find that like vegetarians might have it often when you find that like you don't eat enough meat, or you don't eat enough dark green vegetables, or just hormonal changes in your life. Uh, you might find it happens a little bit for women when you get your periods. For me, I've had it chronically all my life. It's not an occasional thing. It's my body simply just does not um, make enough. I think it's the red blood cells, I believe it is, and the like something like the red blood cells, like they don't get enough oxygen to like renew themselves or something like that, and that it's yeah, I my body does not uh, have enough iron in it to give my body the energy that it needs to function. So yeah, I've lived with it sort of like all my life, and I was diagnosed in my 20s because when you tell people that you're tired all the time, the kind of tired you're thinking of right now is not this kind of tired. Everybody can jokingly say, "Oh, I'm tired all the time." No, it's not the same. It is when you have a flare up, as I like to call them, your muscles just don't even have the energy to get out of bed. You have this sort of like heavy sort of like pressure fog in your brain. and you cannot even like be like upright. Today is actually not too bad because I'm up here, I'm sitting up here talking to you. I still have the tiredness. I still have the sort of pressure in my head. It's sort of like this blurry, heavy pressure. And I started feeling, and it's usually how it happens, I usually start feeling it the day before, like towards the evening, where it's a different kind of, oh, it's nighttime soon, your body's getting ready to go to sleep. It's different. It's this pressure that comes like right here. And I I knew that it was coming. But I I want to get out today. It's the first day of fall. I really want to get out today. And I find that this flare up is right now, I don't know how I'm going to feel later, but right now, it's not the worst that I've felt. And I'm attributing that maybe to going out more and like being more sort of like active and um, going on my walks and stuff. Like maybe that has helped this not be as bad because right now I'm tired and sluggish and like, yes, but in the worst bits of an anemia flare up, you feel like you hit a wall. It's like hitting a wall and you just can't go past it. You don't have the energy to go past it. And it's the irony, pun intended, the irony of it is that my sister, who the one who passed away last year, had the exact opposite problem. She had too much iron. She had too much iron in her blood, and it developed into something called hemochromatosis, and that developed into neuropathy. And yeah, watching her with like the opposite problem and how she suffered and the pain that she went through, and here I am with like the exact opposite. I don't have pain, thankfully, but I just have the absolute lack of energy. And even today, I was debating whether I was going to stay in bed because that's what usually happens when I have a flare up. I stay in bed and I just sleep it off, sleep it off. Um, and I was debating doing that because I'm worried that like if I try to fight it, it'll just last longer and last into when I go back to work on Saturday. And I don't want that. I don't want to have to miss work because I have had that happen a few times. But luckily, like now, I have enough days off where if it does happen, chances are it'll happen on one of my days off, which it did today. But at the same time, I want to go out. I want to go out and enjoy the first friggin' day of fall that I've been waiting for forever. And it's like 16 degrees and it's gonna be lovely. And I've been waiting so long to wear this damn shirt. You can, like, I've been waiting forever to wear this shirt. I love this shirt. Um, because of anemia, a lot of the times, you're cold all the time. But in the summer, because of like menopause now, it's it hasn't been good. It hasn't been good. So like when like winter comes, you're cold all the time, and you're in like spring, you're usually like cold all the time. But it's a nicer feeling than in the summer where you're just like melting and it's just disgusting and just like not hating it. So I'm so happy that today we are going to be in like 16, 17 degrees, and tomorrow, like, so today I wanted to go to my thrift store because I need to do an exchange, or because the pants that I bought, they don't fit, and they don't have change rooms, so you can only like try them on like at home and then like exchange them if they don't fit. So I wanted to do that, but then when I woke up feeling like this, I was like, ugh, I don't know if I'm gonna have the energy to go, but I really want to go because they have books there, and you know my addiction. Um, and plus tomorrow, like I could go tomorrow, but tomorrow I wanted to go down to Lakeshore. I wanted to go explore that because I used to work down there on like Queens Quay, but I never really sort of explored sort of that area like by the lake, and I thought it would be like really pretty, and tomorrow it's going to be cool too. I think it's going to be like the same, like 17, so it might be even like a little cooler, which I'm still looking forward to. And I want us to do that tomorrow instead of maybe staying in bed today and going to do my exchange tomorrow and then saving Lakeshore for like next week. I don't want to. I don't want to. I want to go to my thrift store today and go to the lake tomorrow. But we will see how it goes. I'm so tired. But again, it's not as bad as it has usually been. And I think I attribute that to going sort of on my walks. So maybe once I get outside, I'll feel better. Plus, I am out of my iron pills. And I ran out, and like that's attributing to it too. Because I take iron pills and I take B50 um, to sort of help with the sort of like absorption and just giving me like more energy and stuff. Um, because yeah, from like, and my doctors and I, like, we discussed this, and it's not, a lot of people say like, oh, to combat anemia you just need to eat more red meat or more dark greens and stuff like that. And yes, for most people, when you're having your, you know, once or twice in a lifetime bout of anemia, eat a steak and that helps you. That doesn't help me. I could eat a steak every day. I could eat all the leafy greens. It still would not, my body would not make enough iron and absorb enough iron to sustain me. It just, yeah, my anemia is a chronic anemia. It's not a once in a lifetime, you can cure it with this or that or the other. Um, so I take iron pills for it, and I take B50, and I ran out of both this week. Yeah, so today we're gonna head out, and hopefully that'll help make me feel better. If not, then I just might come back, take a shower, and like spend the rest of the day in bed. If I do feel better, then I'm going to come back and um, do my edit for Supernatural season 12 episode 10 for YouTube, the YouTube edit. Yesterday I was watching a little bit more of my Spanish telenovela, Amor Bravio, and I think I have like one disc left to go, and my precious little babies, Pablo and Luzma, they got married. They are the younger sub kind of plot on the show, and they're so cute, and I love them so much. But Luzma, I mentioned earlier, had been raped by her uncle and was pregnant, and she and Pablo were beginning their honeymoon, and she started bleeding, and it looks like there's something wrong with the baby. And we lost Alonzo, who was Camilla's ex-husband, who was a villainous guy, but he was starting to turn himself around. when his evil mother tried to kill him, but he ended up sort of dying anyway because when he recovered, he was like in the hospital and he was a quadriplegic, and he didn't want to live like that. So he met his birth mother, who was a nurse, and um, that was like a whole thing. And to get back at his adoptive mother, Isadora, who tried to kill him, and who wanted the nurse to kill him so that he wouldn't talk and tell everything that he knew. He sort of turned it around and was like, to the birth mother, she's like, I want you to, end my life, but we're going to use it to get back at Isadora. So it was sad that we lost Alonzo um, right when he was sort of like redeeming himself, but he went out. He went out good. He went out. He had redeemed himself in my eyes. Um, so we have like I think one more disc to go, and I've really been enjoying it. It's been so good. I would highly recommend. Again, it comes with English subtitles, so totally, totally recommend. Um, and for I had finished Lisa Kleypas's Because You're Mine yesterday, and I hadn't picked the next book that I was going to be bringing. That was going to be like my work book, which was like the book that I took to read on my way to work and during breaks and stuff. And I picked it yesterday before I went to bed, and it is going to be Recipe for a Perfect Wife by Karma Brown. And I will read the back blurb for you. When Alice Hale reluctantly, excuse me, my voice is tired too. When Alice Hale reluctantly leaves New York and a promising career in publicity to follow her husband to the suburbs, she's unaccustomed to filling her days alone in a big empty house. But after she finds a vintage cookbook buried in a box in the old home's basement, she becomes captivated by the book's previous owner, a 1950s housewife named Nellie Murdoch. As Alex cooks her way through the past and settles into her new surroundings, a bit too enthusiastically to the concern of her family and friends, she realizes that Nell had left tantalizing clues about her life amidst the recipes, including a mysterious series of unsent letters. Soon Alice learns that while baked Alaska and meatloaf 5 ways seem harmless, Nell's secrets may have been anything but. When Alice uncovers a sinister, even dangerous side to Nell's marriage and becomes increasingly dissatisfied with the mounting pressures in her own relationship, she begins to take control of her life and protect herself with a few secrets of her own. So, very looking forward to this one. Yeah, and that's the one that I'm going to be starting. Um, almost halfway through, Ruth by Elizabeth Gaskell, and I'm so enjoying this book. Ruth has found out that she's pregnant, and she's so happy. It's just so cute because Mr. Benson and his sister, who I'm not really fond of his sister. She's a little too judgy for my taste. Um, are like thinking like, how can you be happy about this baby? It's so shameful, it's illegitimate, and it's gonna cause you only like shame and blah blah blah. And like Ruth is just like, I'm gonna be the best mom and I'm gonna do everything I can for this baby. And she is just so precious. I love her so much. So that's where we are with Ruth by Elizabeth Gaskell. And I'm enjoying it so much that it's making me want to read North and South by her, which I had heard of the miniseries, and a lot of people like love it, and the only North and South I had acknowledged was the 1980s one with Patrick Swayze and James Reed. that was my North and South. But after reading Ruth, I'm willing to read North and South and watch that miniseries with Richard Armitage. I think it is. I think it's Richard Armitage. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, so that's sort of hopefully gonna read some more of that because I'm just gonna be editing kind of today. I'm gonna be editing Blood Vows. I'm gonna be editing my Supernatural reaction. I still have one more reaction to do because I did my Last of the Mohicans reaction yesterday, which was a lot of fun. That was a good movie. Um, And I still have to do my reaction for Lost Season 4, Episode 3, but I do not have the mental energy for that today. So I think it's just going to be an editing day. And so I'm going to head out, and I really hope that this walk makes me feel better. Because, yeah, again, I'm encouraged that it's not as bad as they usually are, and I sort of maybe attribute that to my walks and going out and like getting more like sort of fresh Toronto air, which is, it's Toronto. We're not up in like Colorado mountains or anything like that, but yeah, so that's sort of where we are, and I will try and check in later. Bye. Oh, just got back from my walk, and I'm glad that I went because it is blissfully cool and windy outside, and it's just so nice that when the sun sort of like does come out, it's welcome. It's welcome. It's not this overpowering thing that just like drains the energy from you. It's nice. So, went out. Still tired, but thankfully got my iron pills, and got my B50. It wasn't the one that like I like, which is like the chewable ones with like the fruity taste, which is like the last one that I had that unfortunately I ran out of, and they had them, but they were like not on sale, and they were like $27 or something, and I'm sorry, but your girl ain't paying $27 just for candy vitamins. So these ones, they do the job. You just take them and just like swallow them down. And it helped that they were like $13, and like, I don't remember how much these were. Am I able to get the receipt from here? Yeah, I do. They were $13.99. The B50, and the Nature's Bounty was $10. But I had points. I had $20 in points, so I redeemed them, and I only had to pay $7. $7. So I will say it to you people. I got these at Shoppers Drug Mart. I will say it to you people. Get a points card. Get a points card at a store that you usually shop at. I'm at Shoppers all the time. It's like right on the corner from like where I live. It's like right, like just a few buildings over from like where I live. And like, don't just like get a points card to like get a points card to like a store that like you won't shop at, because that's of no like use to you. But if you know that you shop there anyway, get a points card, because they will come in handy when you need it the most. And people are like, oh, I don't want the store to have my information, blah, 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 blah. Do you use a credit card? Do you use a smartphone? Guess what? Yeah. Any information that you're worried about the store getting or whatever, they already have. They already have all your information. So don't be a stupid tinfoil hat wearing doofus. Take advantage. Take advantage of your any like points things that you can get. Again, at a store that you usually shop at. that you would be shopping at anyway because it's conveniently close by and you can get everything that you need there. So that's what I got at the Shoppers. Then I went to my thrift store and did my shit. I'm going to show you that at the end. But I thought I would do like a little grocery haul thing because I did have tomorrow's payday, so I didn't feel bad about sort of like going in and like getting like stuff that I kind of needed anyway. Yeah, so I needed some snacks. I needed some, I have like Skittles here, which I like, but I'm a salty girl. Chips. My blood type is ketchup chips. Oh, and I will say, I wanted to add that living with anemia it sucks. And you know what? I actually do feel a little bit better. I feel a little bit more like animated, if you noticed, from like this morning. So the walk, yes, it helped. I'm glad I did it. But I will say, living with anemia, you take your iron pills and your B50 that you need to. This is B50 complex energy support. That's the one that I get. And for the most part, once I'd been diagnosed with anemia and they put me on the iron pills and stuff, and he's like the first doctor that I have a woman now, but they're like, yeah, you're gonna have to be on it, and I'm doing anything I can not to get those IV infusions of like having like to go to the hospital and get the IV and just no, I don't. At all costs, I don't want that. So, for now, the iron pills do me, the B50 does me, and since I was like put on that, for the most part, I'm fine. I can go, like, my flare-ups do not happen anywhere near what they used to. Like, especially around when I would get my period. That week, so it was like every month I would get like a flare-up right before, because it makes sense. You're losing your iron. The iron that your body does not make properly anyway. My body does not retain and absorb anyway. So when that time of the month would come, it would be like just awful. On top of the cramps, it would be that. Having like no energy like at all. I would get a flare up. Since being on the iron pills and like taking them regularly for like over like 20 years now. Yeah. 25 years now. I maybe have a flare up once every couple of months. And it's just wonderful being able to, I still get like your normal kind of tired sometimes when like you're sleepy and like if you worked a lot or whatever, and just around that time of the month, even though like I don't, thank God that time is over now. Thank God. I will deal with the hot flashes. I will deal with the hormones. I'm so glad that I don't have to deal with periods anymore. Y'all. But yeah, I'm so much better being like on these iron pills. So yeah, I just wanted to add that to the little info about my anemia. So like I said, my blood type is chips, particularly ketchup chips. But I will like my barbecue on occasion. The only kind I do not like is all dressed, which is just nasty to the all. I'm sorry if you like all dressed. It's nasty. And they had I usually get sometimes Lay's for the most part, but I will get a dollar store kind of dollar discount chips on occasion to see, because sometimes they end up tasting better than your brand name chips. So I got my barbecue, got my ketchup. They were $1.25 each. They were on sale, so hell yeah, I'm getting that. I got I love these fries so much. I got these, the McCain Bistro style fries, which are like the really thin, kind of like, not even shoestring. They're thinner than shoestring. They're like matchstick fries. I love these so much that, like, I enjoy my shoestring, but if I can find these, I will grab them. I will grab them. So I splurged a little bit on that. And I also got, I was so worried that I had missed my favorite grapes window. I thought because I didn't see them. I didn't see them when I walked in their usual section where they were. So I thought, it's over. I know they only last for like a month or so. I thought it was over, but then I found them in another section. So I grabbed them. I am only sad that I wasn't able to grab like more of them to take advantage, because I know they're going to go away soon. But I wasn't able to. I wasn't able to, like, the grocery store is like nearby, but I wasn't able to grab more. Oof, that there. I got, so I'm having the bistro style fries for lunch, and I got some chicken drumsticks for $4.75. Not too bad. Always looking for the deals on that. And I needed ketchup, but I didn't want to spend on my regular Heinz ketchup. And I find if I can get like the store brand ketchup, it's fine. It'll do. It'll do in a pinch. And I needed ketchup for my fries. But they had like the Heinz ketchup, but they only had like the big bottles. They didn't have like the like this size bottles, and I didn't want to pay like $8 or whatever for like a 3-liter bottle of ketchup. So they had this 1-liter store brand ketchup, and I needed coffee. Your girl needs coffee, and they didn't have the Nescafe little, the new ones. Not necessarily new. They've been out for like a couple of years now, but it's the box with like the little sachets of like the powdered coffee, where it's like it already has like the powdered milk and the sugar in it in like the little sachets. They didn't have them, or they had them, but they had the only for the iced coffee. And no, yeah, I'm not much of like an iced coffee person. So but I did find the Tim Hortons French vanilla cappuccino, which I used to get pretty often, but then I discovered the Nescafe with like the little sachets. And I believe this one, it's sort of like the same kind of thing. It comes with like the powdered milk and the sugar sort of like already in it. And yeah, so I grabbed that. So that is my little grocery haul, which I thought, why not? Why not show you guys this? I show you guys my books all the time. Speaking of books, now do not judge me, because, okay, judge me a little, because I could have used the exchange for something else, like a winter coat or something, or winter boots that I know I'm going to be ending up getting. So you can judge me a little. But I got 5 books, and my thrift store has a thing where if you buy 4 books, you get the 5th book for free. So that's a thing. And I used my exchange to pay for these, where all total, I will tell you the total at the end. So I got Suzanne Goldring's Burning Island. Where am I going to put you? I'm going to put you over here. Yeah, oh my goodness, I'm feeling so much better. Like, there's still that little hum in the back of my, little bit of a pressure in my head, but it's so much better. Oh my goodness. I got, as my classic, because I usually like to pick up at least one classic when I go, I got Thomas Hardy's Tess of the D'Urbervilles. And I know it is about a girl who I believe gets raped. I believe. Yeah. Either like he rapes her or he seduces her or yeah. Next one is this is the first book in a series, and it's Songs of Love and War by, and I love her name, Santa Montefiore. What a cool name that is. I love that. And yeah, it's set in the early 1900s. Songs of Love and War, and it's book one. Yeah. So interested in that series. Next one is a book that I've heard a lot about over the years. So finally decided I was going to pick it up, and it's Tattooist of Auschwitz. And you know I love my World War II novels. And this one we will have we will see. We will see how this goes, because Tumbleweeds by Leila Meacham. Now, little thing about Leila Meacham, I loved Roses. I loved the book Roses. My sister did not like the book Roses. She didn't. She could not stand the heroine, Mary. It just goes to show you different tastes. Loved Roses, hated Titans by the same author. Hated it. Absolutely. That book should have been retitled Nathan and Samantha, Everybody Who Raised You Was Trash. That's what that book should have been titled. Hated Titans. But I want to give her another shot. I want to give Leila Meacham another shot because I loved Roses so much. So, we shall see. We shall see. Um, so, all those books, $1. Total. $1. Because of my exchange. Now, yes, you could judge me that I should have spent that on towards a winter coat that I will have to be buying soon, or boots that I will have to be buying soon, or maybe another pair of the black sweatpants or yoga pants or whatever you active wear pants. But I didn't. I spent it towards books. So yeah, I'm very glad that I went to the I'm very glad that I went on my walk. It just, the air felt wonderful. Still a little weak, but I'm still just like, yeah, I'm just much better. Much better. And I will definitely feel better once I take my iron pills and my B50, which I'm about to do now. And going to, I'm going to take a shower and then go have some lunch. Make my chicken. And then gonna spend the rest of the day editing and video editing and book editing for my Blood Vows Book 4, The Choice, which is coming out soon. I'm almost halfway in the editing point. I'm almost halfway. And I want to try and finish editing it by the end of September. The end of September, send it off to get it edited by a second pair of eyes, and then hopefully release it sometime in October. That's the plan. That's the plan that I usually don't like to make because invariably the dates will change. So, I'm going to do that. I'm going to finish editing. Going to edit Supernatural, my reaction for season 12, episode 10. Gonna edit the YouTube reaction for that, and probably gonna finish this today, my Spanish telenovela Amor Bravio. Very excited to see how this ends. And yeah, because I have other sort of like telenovelas and Portuguese sort of like movies and stuff that I would like to get to. So, yeah, that'll be it for this bit, and I will talk to you guys later. So for today, I'm going to be heading out. First of all, I feel much better than yesterday. And yesterday, after my walk, I was starting to feel better. But today, I feel like even like almost like, do I feel back to normal? I don't want to say it to jinx it, but the sort of like foggy, blurry pressure um, that usually happens when I have an anemia flare up is pretty much gone. Um, So very, very happy about that. Um, Hopefully it's not sort of a little, um, little like dip, and then like if I'm like as soon as I go back to work, it's gonna hit me worse. You know, knock on wood. Um, but yeah, got my regular iron pills this morning. Took my iron pills this morning. Took my B50, and I'm got my coffee. Just finishing up my coffee. Game of Thrones people. You'll get a kick out of that. And planning to go down to the lakeshore today and kind of just sort of walk around there and explore. Um, Apparently, it's like 7 degrees right now. 7! Or, as Monica would say, friends, friends reference. Um, so, my got my sweater, gonna get my cardigan, and gonna sort of do some exploring there. I'm also looking for, I'm also gonna want to order sort of like cushy slippers because God rest her soul, my sister, who I mentioned yesterday, had hemochromatosis and like neuropathy. Um, so she had like a lot of pain, sort of like in her legs. She would get like, it's like nerve pain, sort of like all over your body, but especially like in her legs to the point where towards the end she couldn't really have anything sort of on her feet, and she'd have to put like ice packs on her feet all the time. But before things got like that bad, she would wear these like specific slippers, and um, she had like, and she ended up having like ones that like when she couldn't use them anymore, she gave them to me, and they were the most comfortable slippers I have ever worn in my life, and I want them now. I don't have them anymore because I've worn them out, but I I want them, so I'm gonna see if I can order them online because I the slippers I have now, like they're fine, but I've been looking, I've been chasing that comfort feeling for like a long time now. Um, yeah, so gonna see if I can sort of order that. And I'm also gonna start looking for like cameo rings. Because I went to the thrift stores that I've been to, I haven't been able to find cameo rings, and I used to have one, but the ring part, the band part, the gold part, broke. It got like busted, and so I want to get another one. And yeah, so that's sort of what we're up to today. I'm almost finished. I got an hour left of Amor Bravio. Loving it so much. I love this show so much. And she is such a freaking, like, I love her character so much. The actress who plays her, I believe it's Sylvia. Where are you? I thought it said Sylvia Navarro. Sylvia Navarro. She is just fantastic. She really portrays this, like, really, like, strong woman, but, like, highly emotional. I mean, it is a Spanish telenovela, but still. Um, and just when she cries, she like cries from her soul. It's just like so, so good. Um, yeah, so I have an hour left on it, and I'm gonna be sad to let it to say goodbye. But I'm looking forward to getting to the other uh, things that I have to watch. The other telenovelas stuff that I have to watch. So looking forward to that as well. I'm I would say halfway through. I've hit the halfway through mark in Elizabeth Gaskell's Ruth. Still loving it. We've hit a bit of a lull in that Ruth is, settled in with Mr. Benson's house and living with his sister and their maid Sally, who I'm not sure if I like her. I go back and forth because, like Faith, Mr. Benson's sister, she can be kind of judgy, and I'm trying to remember that they are just raised with a different set of social morals than we are today. Like it's a lot more lenient today. So I'm trying to give them some slack because they are helping Ruth a lot, but they can be kind of judgy. But so yeah, she's sort of settled in. And Mr. Benson, it's not dwarfism that he has. I think he's just because of an injury, he's now a hunchback. So I think that's what it is. Um, but yeah, she's sort of settled into the house. She's had the baby. It's a boy, and so that's sort of where I left off. She's just had the baby. So we'll see sort of how that goes. And if, depending on how chilly it is, and if I can find a place to sort of sit and read for a bit, I will be starting Recipe for a Perfect Wife by Karma Brown. So hopefully doing that today. So I'm going to head out in a little bit. I'm debating, because it's payday, so I can. I'm debating if on my way back, or if I hit any thrift stores along where I'm walking, I might start looking at getting my winter coat, because it's headed in that direction, and it's yeah. So for right now, I'm gonna go out, got my um, stuff ready, and going to So also my supernatural reaction for YouTube is done and ready, and today I'm going to be editing my weekly vlog from last week to put up, and getting more done on my edits for Blood Vows Book 4, Will's story, and it's called Choice. So that's sort of the plan for today. Oh, and I also want to go to Dollarama, and check out their food sort of selection, because prices are high, y'all. And I got paid, but I don't want to waste all my money on grocery store groceries. So if I can offset that with maybe finding some necessities that I could get at Dollarama, I would not mind that at all. So that's sort of the plan. So depending on what I get, I will come back with some haul of something or other when I come back. So talk to you guys later.
Nope. Still here. I didn't travel to 1700 Scotland. Still in Toronto. Oh well.
Hello. So, just got back from my walk along Lakeshore. It's our little, not so little. It's a pretty big stretch here in Toronto, right along Lake Ontario, and it runs for a good long space. And I only got to explore not like there's a lot more. There's a lot more, and I look forward to going back and walking along more of it. And it was just beautiful. It was wonderful. I enjoyed it so much. It was so nice. Just go and like walk along the water, and then sit and do some reading. Just there along the water. It was so nice. The weather is lovely. It's like 14, 15 degrees right now, and it's so nice. It's cool. The sun is out, but it's not like beating you. Um, it's just lovely. So I sat and I read and I started Recipe for a Perfect Wife by Karma Brown. Um, I don't know because the first two chapters, the heroine, I guess, Alice, like she's moved to the suburbs from New York. So she's definitely a city girl, and she's admittedly not used to the suburban life. But the first two chapters is just her complaining about the house and just like having like all this like negativity towards the house and what's wrong with the new house and like how are we gonna like live here, and like the husband's like more optimistic and is like um like we can fix this up and we can fix this up and blah 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 blah. And she's just, I don't know, I just found her very unlikable first first impression. I don't know, I didn't jive with her. Um, and then at the same time, there is the alternative timeline where we get to see Nellie in 1955, and she's just gotten married and has moved into the house that Alice and Nate, I believe, her husband, have just bought. So it's the dual timelines. It's like the present day and then 1955, Nellie living, uh, moving in like with her new husband, who is turning into an abusive asshat. So there's that. Um, So, and then, like, in present day, Alice, like, I don't know, she was like, complaining about the house and then just didn't, I don't know, I didn't feel any, like, warmth or love towards her husband. I didn't. And then, like, all of a sudden, in, like, the next chapter, like, she completely switches personality and talks about, like, is, like, so, like, lovely and, like, sweet to her husband and, like, just, yeah, she just, I don't know. I don't know about this book. I might sort of, like, skim the present day stuff and pay more attention to the 1955 stuff because I'm definitely interested in. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Um, then I went and grabbed lunch, which because I had a coupon for Subway and one of their new like signature bowls. So I grabbed. I can open you. Can I open you? How do I open this? Oh, okay. I see it now. Nope, I lost it. God damn it. Good lord. Yeah, okay, so I got one of their, oh, can I do this without spilling? Signature bowls, and it's the, actually, it's kind of like moved around a bit because I was walking around with it, but it is the signature sweet onion chicken teriyaki rice bowl, and so I got that for lunch, so I'm going to have that. Smells really good. Shall we have, they didn't have like extra teriyaki sauce, which I would have liked because I would have like added that to the rice, but let's give that a shot. It's all right. Rice is a little dry, but again, I'll put something on it. I might put my I don't have teriyaki sauce, I don't think, but I'll put something on it. So that's what we're having for lunch. And then I didn't buy any books. I was a good girl. And I'm sort of glad because I went to Dollarama and I bought some stuff that bags ended up being like hella heavy. Hella heavy, so I'm glad that I did not buy any books today. But I figure I'd show you what I bought. And so this is sort of like my Dollarama haul. Mostly because I wanted to go there and check out their food aisle. Because I got like my meat and all that stuff already from like the grocery store the other day. But I wanted to see if I can get some like staples and other kind of like pantry staples and stuff at Dollarama and like save money, to then buy books. So let's do our little Dollarama haul here. I got some cans of soup. We got Campbell's Chunky Chicken with rice. And I will tell you the total for all this afterwards. I think it was a really good total, but we got some Manwich Sloppy Joe sauce, which I thought, like, yeah, like I have ground beef and all that, but I thought that I could also maybe use this on as like a marinade for like chicken and like meat or yeah, different kind of meats and stuff. There's that. Let me just put this down here. Oh Lord. Then we have Campbell's Chunky Seafood Chowder because yummy. Do I have another? Yeah. And then we have Puritan Mild Chili because your girl doesn't like spicy food too much. I can't handle really like hot food. That's it in that bag. then we have... Yeah, alright, we'll bring you. These are so yummy. I bought some snackies, and that's Bits and Bites, the original. I'm not too fond of the cheddar, and everybody knows that these little, like, cheese nib bite things are crap, and everybody knows that the good ones are the Cheerios, the pretzels, and the seasoned Shreddies. These cheese nibby things are, I'd be very surprised. Is there anyone who doesn't throw them away? That's what I'd like to know. Is there anyone who doesn't throw away those cheese nib bits? Got some cookies, and I remember having these when we were little, and they're like soft oatmeal cookies with like this cream inside, and they're so good. And I had a craving for them the other day, so that. Oh, I have to. Oh my goodness, let me get both out. I got these Betty Crocker candles that smell so good. One of them is pumpkin pie. I mean, oh my god. And then the other one is Betty Crocker salted caramel brownie. Mm, that just smells like happiness. I got these Harvest Snaps, which are baked green pea, like sort of like sugar snap peas, but like baked and seasoned. And they're so like yummy and crispy and supposedly healthier than potato chips, even though, you know, that potato chips, that's my vice. I don't do drugs or anything like that, but potato chips. Then I got some plantains. Rainforest? Does it say rain? Yeah, rainforest plantains for $1. Got some sticky taps, because always. I got Betty Crocker chocolate chip cookie mix to bake cookies, because your girl cannot bake from scratch. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try, because I got flour, I got baking soda, I got all this sort of like stuff. But and like I like yeast, because I want to try and learn to bake, because I always have such a hard time. You know, throw shit in a pot. I can cook, I can roast a chicken like nobody's business. Baking has always eluded me, because it's such an exact thing, and if you screw up, there goes your food, there goes your recipe. And I got a big lighter for the candles. I just thought that looked cool. That's a really cool looking lighter. I got some sweet relish. And I got this Maxwell House, the cafe, the instant coffee mixes, which I have not been able to find like in any grocery store anymore. I remember I used to love these because they're so easy. They're the same as like the Tim Hortons French vanilla coffee that I showed you guys the other day. It's like it's already got like the milk and sugar and everything sort of like inside. So you pretty much you just spoon it, add boiling water, you're good to go for like a sweetened coffee with milk. And this one is the French vanilla. And I remember these are so good. These are so good. I'm so glad I found them at this Dollarama. Got some beef stock cubes because always beef stock cubes, chicken stock cubes, even like I have like the powdered stock because I got it a while back and I use that and it's good. I enjoy using it, but there's something about the cubes that just seems like more right to me. Maybe that's because like that's how I was raised and that's how my mother cooks. She uses its cubes, and to be fair, it's usually the Knorr brand, but they didn't have that one. I think I've tried this one before, and it's fine. It's just fine. There's that, and the rest in this bag, mind you, just this bag, I bought a bunch of gravies because I love, like chicken and gravy. I love like dipping my like French fries in gravy and ketchup. Both. I got these are all French's. These are herb brown gravy mix. That's that one. Gravy mix for turkey, which I will still use for my French fries. Mushroom gravy mix. Meat marinade seasoning mix. Onion gravy mix. Hot sauce mix for hot chicken. So I'm guessing it's sort of like kind of like a Swiss chalet sort of sauce, which my sister doesn't like the Swiss chalet sauce. I love the Swiss chalet sauce. And gravy mix for pork. So those are a bunch of gravy mixes that I got. And now the next bag. I got some Tostitos because I have salsa and also to go with the mild chili that I just showed you. Let me show you a bunch of these. I got some Ben's Original rice packets, and this is the country chicken flavor. Fine herb and wild rice. Long grain and wild rice roasted chicken. We have some more cans. Primo rustic beef barley soup. I love beef barley soup. Some whole baby clams. Catelli meat pasta sauce. Killing two birds with one stone there. In case you want like pasta with like ground beef or something and you're out of ground beef. Chicken with rice. Campbell's chunky chicken with rice. Say that 3 times fast. Campbell's chunky chicken with rice. Campbell's chunky chicken with rice. Campbell's chunky chicken with tomato paste. This is Tasteful. Is like is a big Dollarama brand, I guess. So tomato paste because always. And I got some tuna, like for some sandwiches. I got mayonnaise for the tuna, and that's Miracle Whip. They didn't have Hellmann's. Got some salt and vinegar chips. Kettle cooked salt and vinegar chips. And the last three, I got garlic salt. Now, I was looking for garlic powder specifically. They didn't have garlic powder. They had garlic salt. So, I figure I would just adjust the amount of salt that I use and like replace it with this HP sauce, because always. And finally, dried mangoes. Yummy dried mangoes. Now, they also had canned vegetables and stuff, which I might try their like asparagus and stuff, but they had like canned mushrooms, which I don't know. Like, if you've used canned mushrooms and they're just as good as like the regular ones, like let me know, because I don't know, because the whole point of mushrooms is you're not supposed to rinse them. You're not supposed to put them in water. Like, it's different if like you're like chopping up mushrooms and like you're adding them to a soup. But I don't know. Something put me off about getting the canned mushrooms. But yeah, so everything I just showed you, in my opinion, came at the very awesome price, total of $70. I don't think that's bad. I think that's really good. Really, really good, because I do not think that you would, everything that I got, I don't think would cost you $70 at a grocery store. You would pay more than that. 99% sure you would pay more than $70 for everything I just got at a grocery store. And I got it at Dollarama. So, that's a good alternative, I think. So yeah, that's gonna finish my signature Subway bowl thing. The rice teriyaki sweet onion chicken something or other. And then I will be editing my last week's vlog, put that up for you. And then I will be working on Blood Vows Book 4, The Choice, and working on the preview clip for Supernatural, Season 12, Episode 10, which I got the YouTube video done and edited, and that's great. Now I just need to do the preview clip. And yeah, that's pretty much going to be the rest of my night. I'm going to do some more reading of Ruth by Elizabeth Gaskell. And I'm going to finish the last hour of my Spanish telenovela, Amor Bravio. And I took, you seen earlier, I took some little like footage, little like clips of like scenes and stuff, and like little like moments that I wanted to show you guys. So if you like that, let me know, and like thumbs up the video, all that stuff. And yeah, I didn't even have time to go to I didn't even have the energy because the bags were so heavy to check out the cafe here for the cheese, see if they had any cheese Danishes today. I was like, no, my these bags are too heavy. I'm not stopping. I'm just gonna go straight home. Which, God bless. Like, yeah, I couldn't have done this if there wasn't like a Dollarama like right around the corner. I live very close to a Dollarama. I'm so glad that the area that I live in is not the trendiest neighborhood, but it's so close by everything that I need. Yeah, so I'm very, very lucky to live where I do, to pay the rent that I do. I got in really, really good. Like, I got in early because the rent in Toronto today, in February, it's going to be 10 years that I lived at this place. And I'm very, very glad that I got in when I did, because the rent here is very reasonable. I'm very lucky that I can work my part-time job, and writing is like great, and it helps pay a few bills here and there. Not enough to live on yet. The dream is to write from home full time, but I'm very lucky that I am able to live as a person with no kids, and just live, for me. Very, very lucky. So um, if you guys could subscribe, if you enjoyed this video, give it a like. That'll help YouTube and with like the algorithm and all that jazz, and help more people find it. And yeah, so I'm going to talk to you guys later. This has gone on long enough. Bye.